So I know a lot of you guys have been waiting to hear exactly who's coming on to see who's signing with the Duke City Gladiators. And let me tell you, if you're a Gladiators fan, you're going to be really excited for this next man I'm bringing on. None other than the defensive MVP of the AWFC, Greg Hancock, the newest member of the Duke City Gladiators.
Yes,
Congratulations,
sir.
Greg. How you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well as well. So congratulations on signing with Duke City. I'm very excited for you. What led you to the decision to ultimately sign that contract with Duke City?
Really, to be honest, what led me to sign the contract is really just the competition level. I started off as the MVP in AWSC. I noticed that was like a bottom level competition, so I was like, maybe it's something time to bump up, step up the competition. Maybe get some more eyes on me, step it up a little bit more. I got contracts from the CIF, some teams from CIF, but I was like ultimately IFL is like top tier, so I was like might as well go to the top and not stop here. So I decided to go to Duke City. I like Coach Griggs and what he got going on over there. And I also got a teammate coming from Tri City, Mo Strong. He also signed down there, so that's a good thing. Build some chemistry. We got some chemistry already going, so another thing. And I like the receivers they got in the DB core they got so far as of now. So it's a good thing, and I could see my strengths to be tested, so we can build iron sharp as iron. I seen your interview with Vincent Gregory. I
Mhm.
like that. I like them. I was listening on that, chimed in. So I like how he thinking. I see what he got going on. I noticed they went 500 last year, but that's something I could look forward to improving. I also looked to that, and most of them losses was like one touchdown, two touchdown losses, and like I seen three of them was like 1 point losses. So I feel like the X factor, I could be the X factor to change that. Also
Absolutely.
improve.
Absolutely. I'm very excited for this season because of that. I mean, I feel like a few small changes and this team's going to be in championship contention in 2023. With that being said, was competing for a championship in 2023 part of your decision making when you went to Duke City?
Yes, sir. That's also because I seen they actually beat the champions. I want to say a week before the playoffs. They
Mhm.
beat the AZ Wranglers. They beat them. So I seen that and I was like, what changed it in the playoffs? What happened in the playoffs? So I noticed that and I'm like, man, they do it once, they could do it again. With me, I'm all 10. I'm all 10. I'm ready to go full throttle. I'm trying to win every game, just like I came from AWC 10-0. Every game, my mindset is to win, win, win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, out of curiosity, I'm sure you know who Nate Davis was prior to signing with the team. Was that part of your motivation to sign there as well? I mean, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to play in the IFL in a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. That's. That took a part into it too. I noticed that he was still there, so I'm like, geez, that's crazy. And I'm like, it's just playing against him is gonna be honor. It's gonna be something different too. So I have to learn in and outs, his strengths, weaknesses. Just like I said, iron sharp iron. So we'll see. First day, I'm going at it. I'm barking at him, barking him every day. I'm gonna talk to him. He know that, and he gonna hear that.
Absolutely. So we got a couple comments chiming in. I'll go ahead and run through some of them. Rick says, "Yo, Shady, what's the announcement?" Obviously, it's Greg Hancock, as you know now. Ramon signed with Tucson. I heard. Interesting. So that's interesting. Ramon Atkins, the player of the year last year. So very interesting. But you guys have the all-time IFL single season touchdown scorer. So Rick says, "Not nice to be late. We're building anticipation, man. Come on now." So game one, Tucson versus DC. So that'll be very interesting. Um, moving on, Lorenz chiming in, and then Gina's here. She said, "Hey guys, welcome." Kevin Simmons chiming in as well. He says, "My guy."
Yeah.
And then Gina says, "Let's go. 2023 belongs to Duke City." And Rick says, "Who is this cat?" So why don't you go
Oh.
ahead and give this guy a rundown because he is not
Oh.
aware of what you're capable of and
He's
what you
not
did last
aware.
season.
You're not aware. I'm the AWFC defensive MVP, first team all linebacker. What I have over 60 plus tackles, 3 interceptions, over 8 pass deflections, 7 sacks as a linebacker. And this is my first year playing indoor football, to be honest. So it's kind of slight, but you'll see. You hear about me. Give it game 3. You'll know about me.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that. He's a pretty avid fan of Duke City. He's following along with them, so I'm sure he'll see right away as soon as you guys step foot on that field exactly what you're capable of. There's a reason why you signed with the Duke City Gladiators because they have a championship in mind in 2023, and to do that, you got to go get the best free agents, and you were one of them. So I'm curious. How concerned are you with playing Tucson in week 1, given the fact that they signed Ramon Atkins and he was such a prolific passer last season?
It's just like me personally. I just me. I told you when we had the conversation about 2 weeks ago. I play off of tendencies, so I'm gonna learn tendencies. I'm gonna watch film, focus on tendencies, see what receivers do. I'm gonna look at film at the quarterback, see what he do, see which side he like throwing to, which receiver he like throwing to. I know it's new receivers there, but everybody having tendency. So once y'all point out that one tendency, I figure out more and more. So just film study. I'm not too worried about it because I done played against great quarterbacks. Rick Stockstill, Javonte's a great quarterback. As I say, so yeah, I've been playing against some good quarterbacks in my time. So I believe I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the next notch in the belt in terms of who you might intercept.
Yes,
So Kevin says, don't tell him too much. Let him see for himself. So no Jason Serta. Problem is Ramon Atkins will run you over. Once again, man, just do yourself a favor. Look up this
Let him
man
tell him, look at the
Greg's
film.
highlights.
Watch the film.
He yeah.
Physical. I like the physical.
Exactly. So just to give you an idea, Rick, Greg here was a defensive back when he arrived with the Tri-City Rush, and he moved to linebacker willingly just to play the game, and ended up being the MVP of the league for the defensive side of the ball. So that was in his first season ever playing linebacker. And I mean, not to put words in your mouth, Greg, but you're not the biggest linebacker. You're what, 6 foot? I think you're muted, buddy. Uh-oh. I think we're having some problems with audio. But yeah, he's not a bigger linebacker, but he plays very physically. He laid some guys out, had some amazing plays this past season. So it's definitely very interesting to see him land with the Duke City Gladiators, and I'm very excited to see what ultimately happens in 2023 and beyond with the Gladiators. Um, can you hear me now? Okay, so we're having some issues with audio. With that being said, I'm going to pop them off real quick. We'll see if we can get that figured out. Rick says Gina needs to get him some better earbuds. Hey, we're all working with what we got, man. Great addition. Gina playing him in the championship game. He is the real deal. Pull him up, Sam. I don't have the highlights available right at the moment, unfortunately, Kevin. I'm sorry. Yeah, 6'4", 235. He's a big dude. Don't get me wrong, but I again, don't count out Greg. He'll take him on. I'm not worried about it. And then I guess Gina forgot about Atkins, I suppose. Rick, man, I get being a fan of a player, but I swear you come on here just to talk about Ramon Atkins, which is great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great quarterback, but dang, dude, you got to like some other players
week
too.
One, man. Week 1.
Exactly.
We might have to get an interview with Rick.
Kevin, Gina is the owner of the Duke City Gladiators. She was in the comments a little bit ago. Lorenz echoing my statement. She's the owner. So, Greg, I once again so excited for you, man. I cannot wait to see you on the field in the IFL this upcoming season. For anybody who's not aware, which looks like most of you guys are probably aware, The IFL can be caught on YouTube every weekend. So if you're a fan of football in general and you want to watch it for free, I mean, how much better does it get? Watch it on YouTube. IFL every weekend. Great gameplay, extremely fast, exciting, physical football. So with that being said, Greg, I mean, what are you most excited about when it comes to the 2023 IFL season?
To be honest, the fans. More excited about the fans. Just a different environment. Like coming through Tri Cities, yeah, I know it was like the bottom of the arena leagues, but it was the experience. Like the experience I had at Tri Cities was different. And then like I know going to the city, going to a different part of the United States is just gonna be a great experience for me. I just can't wait to go win the championship. That's all on my mind. Championship, championship, championship. I said that from day one. Going to Tri City, I want to win the championship. Going to Duke City, trying to win the championship. Duke City, Tri City. No different. Same thing. Doing on the same mindset. I'm on go from day one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as we talked about, you got a championship in your rookie season. So I'm sure you want to double that up and go undefeated in this season as well. And, just keep that spotless record you got so far.
Yes, sir.
So we got some more comments. Gina says Nate is the best quarterback in the league, and the best quarterback in the league will play at Duke City.
Of course.
And then Rick says, who's Nate Davis? Come on, man. For real. So apparently I'm getting some breaking news, and I don't really want to take your announcement away. So we'll tell this after we get off of here, but stay tuned for sure. But with that being said, Greg, I mean, I'm super excited for you. Like I said, Duke City is a great landing spot for you. Ultimately, there's some interesting wide receivers that you get to face. I mean, Mo Strong very well. Vinny Gregory's on that roster. You got Greg Dent. There's a couple other guys that are very scary. I mean, so with that being said, talk to me about the opportunity to go against some of the best in the league on the opposite side of the ball in a week in, week out basis.
Like I said, man, iron sharpen iron. I can't wait to go out there and just compete. Competitiveness, like get better each and every day. I know weight room, we're gonna compete in the weight room, compete on the field, compete off the field. Then we're just gonna build a brotherhood. I just can't wait to meet them guys, just something different, something new. Some of the guys already been down there, so they're gonna teach me things, show me around. Just take me under the wing. I can't wait to see it.
Definitely. It's a veteran squad, so that's definitely going to be an advantage for you as well. One of the things that the owner speaks about quite often is developing players and bringing them up in the program underneath these veterans, and then giving them an opportunity to play as the older guys transition to coaching or whatever may be after their career. So definitely going to be an opportunity for you to learn from some of the best in the league, as I spoke about before, and also face like one of the best quarterbacks in the league on a week in, week out basis. Exactly. So, I mean, it's going to be an exciting season for sure. I mean, with you there, Mo's there, you guys will be playing Sedarius Rookert at some point. I mean, you also got Jay Kennedy, who signed with Iowa. So there's a bunch of you guys coming up from the AWFC. So I know you talked about how the AWFC was a lower level, but at the same time, it's giving you these opportunities to move up to the next level. So talk to me real quick about your particular situation and how you were able to make it from not playing football a couple seasons into the AWFC and now to the IFL.
So now, going back, I came out of high school, went straight to Bethel. I was a true freshman, started 13, 14 games there. We went 7-0, 8-0, then lost like 4 straight. Didn't make the playoffs. It was like crazy weird. So I was like, maybe I should step it up, take it up a notch. So then I sent my film out to MTSU, ended up going there, playing there a season under Schaefer, under Coach Schaefer, played there at the season. Then after that, I just really kind of just lost the love of football. I was working, I was playing football, and then trying to stay in school all at the same time. So it was like kind of throwing me off. So then again, I just stopped playing football for a year and a half. And then one day, one of my friends called me. And he was like, "Hey, come play in this semi-pro game." I ended up deciding. I was like, I might as well. I ain't played football in a year and a half. I might as well do something. Next day, I went to go get a helmet, shoulder pads, practice the next day. The game was on Sunday. And I got this call Wednesday. So I did everything like 3 days and then went to practice before the game. Had a solid game, nice little return. So I was like, this is maybe something should get back into. So then again, I did like 3, 4 games of semi-pro. Then I decided to play. Talked to Coach Trill. Decided to play an arena game against the Carolina Cowboys. My first ever arena game. Never, ever watched the arena game. Never touched arena football. Never did anything in the arena. But I decided to go all the way to Carolina and play a arena game against the Carolina Cowboys. Didn't turn out too good. We got beat like 86 to like 14, but it was like exhibition game. It was an experience though. I never, ever, never seen it. Never ever like experienced that. It was Ted Ginn, junior team, so it was like something they had like an organization that had coaches, that had fans. It was like something I was like, oh wow, like this is something I get into. So then I started finishing semi-pro, made a profile on podium, and then that's when Alex Husser hit me up one day, just texted me randomly, and he was like, "Hey, come try out for Tri-Cities indoor football team." Me, I'm thinking this random number text me. I'm like, it's all a host. I'm asking around, like, they want me to fly here and pay this money, and I don't even know what's going on. I don't know nobody. Coming from Tennessee, Watson, that's a 7-hour flight. That's like all the way across, all the way over there. So why would I leave where I'm at just to go over there and do something that I don't even know what's going on? So I decided to follow my dream, end up making the team. And then from day one, I was like, I want to win the championship, want to be gifted MVP. I was out, I counted out. I wanted to play DB, but then again, I told you, like they said, I switched to linebacker because nobody else wanted to play linebacker. So decided to play linebacker. And then won defense MVP, and now I'm here.
Absolutely. Definitely. With that being said, man, I'm going to go ahead and let you get to the rest of your night. I really appreciate you coming on to announce this with me once again. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's only a matter of time, given the new partnership with the XFL and all the things the IFL is working towards, before we see you in the outdoor game once again. And with that being said, man, I'm looking forward to this season. Best of luck with Duke City. I fully expect to see you guys in the playoff once again in 2023.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Have a great night, man, and get home safe.
You too. Thank you.
Later. Okay, with that being said, the breaking news that I alluded to just a moment ago is that wide receiver Dello Davis, formerly of the Duke City Gladiators, has signed with the Frisco Fighters for the 2023 IFL season. So, very impactful move. Frisco gets a hell of a playmaker, as we all know. Should be very interesting addition for Frisco. It's only a matter of time before we see what exactly happens there. I mean, man, Frisco was a great team last season. They're returning TJ Edwards at quarterback, one of my favorites. He needed some veteran help at wide receiver, and I think he gets it. And ultimately, that's going to be a very interesting squad this season with Sedarius Rooker, TJ Edwards back. They've got some losses that went up to the CFL, the USFL, etc. So they've got some moves left to make. But with that being said, wide receiver Dello Davis is extremely interesting addition for Frisco. Man, talk about the parity in the 2023 IFL season already. All these additions and free agency. It's been quite an interesting offseason, given everything that's happened with Bismarck and their team all being released. And, now, guys like Dello Davis are on the roster of a new team, Ramon Atkins as well. I mean, a lot of transition in Duke City, but I think it's for the best. Sometimes you got to move on from certain players to get playing time for the players that are still there. And ultimately, I think we're going to see some very exciting newcomers and guys that you maybe didn't see on offense last season that will be huge impact players in the 2023 season for Duke City and these other squads that are seeing a lot of change as well. With the XFL draft still to come, there's still a lot of names that could be leaving the IFL for the XFL, and we could see still a lot more turnover in the IFL. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how everything works out in the 2023 season. Rick is still on that Ramon Atkins train. He wants to see why Gina didn't sign Ramon. That's the real news. Rick, she said it right here, buddy. Here's the answer you needed to see. I mean, what more answer do you need? This is her opinion. She's the owner of the team. She wants Nate. He's the best quarterback in the league, and the best quarterback in the league will play at Duke City. That's her explanation. What more do you need to say there? With that being said, Loren says, wow, fumbled the bag there. Rick says Billy back as a slap. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Rick, but with that being said, that's all the news I've got for you guys tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys all watching. Thanks for your support. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be automatically entered in our drawing. When we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a chance to win $150 in sports memorabilia of your choice. And when we give it away, one lucky winner could potentially be getting $150 in Duke City memorabilia. With all that being said, you guys have a great night. Rick, no offense, man, but I'm not going to pull up that comment. But Gina says, I love Rick. With that being said, you guys all have a great night. Thank you for your support. Again, hit that like button, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate all the support. We're growing for the future. Definitely stay tuned because a lot more to come. More USFL news, more IFL news. Getting tied in with the CIF as well, so we're gonna have stuff coming from them. A little bit of everything. Just a football obsessed guy who likes to cover indoor, outdoor. It doesn't matter. Football is where it's at. So that being said, have a great night. Again, thank you for all the support. I'll catch you guys later.